And as you go through life, depending on what you expose yourself to, some of your DNA could be damaged. That may or may not be a problem depending on which cell it's in. But some of these adult stem cells that are being donated could have those abnormalities. And that could be a problem for the person who's receiving the transplant. Another issue is that adult stem cells are difficult to isolate and purify. We've mentioned that a couple times now. This doctor, who's done research, indicates that if stem cells become immortalized in a lab, they could divide endlessly. So his concern is that cancer cells do that as well. So if you're using stem cells from a lab culture that are accustomed to just dividing, his concern is that if you use those in a transplant, in the end they could continue to divide and cause cancer or some sort of a tumor in the eye. So with the pros and the cons and a little bit of background, my question for you, or our question to answer is, should Lucy continue with the procedure, and why or why not? Now what I'd like you to do is turn to your group members, or at least the people you're sitting by if you're not sitting in your groups, and I'd like you to discuss this question. Should she do it? And if she should, why should she do it? I don't want, oh yeah, I think she should, or no, I think she shouldn't, end of story. But I want you to use some of the biology that we've talked about and some of the concerns that we've talked about to come up with a list of either why yes or why no. Okay, we'll give you a few minutes, go ahead and discuss, and then we'll talk about it as a group. All right, how's everybody doing? You got your answers down? Okay, I'd like some input. So, how many groups thought that she should go ahead with the procedure? Raise your hand. Okay. Anybody think that she should not go ahead with the procedure? Nobody? Okay, so why? Yes.
Well, one thing that I thought of is if her family has a history of cancer, then maybe she should reconsider.
Okay, why?
Just because she'd be more susceptible to anything that might actually cause cancer or something like that. So.
Okay. So there's some hint of perhaps hesitation there. So you'd have her look into that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Any reasons why maybe she should not? Sounds like it's unanimous that she should. So, you want it?
Just the long-term effects, like what you're saying. It's in its infancy, this stem cell research, and nothing can be set in stone of how well it works. The pain that she'll probably go through, a lot of the treatment, putting her immune system down, 50% chance of actually even working, and it could cause more damage than good.
So what did your guys' group think?
We say she should do it.
She should do it, and
yeah.
All right. Now, the rest of you who said she should do it, tell me why you think she should do it. And I know there's a gut reaction and kind of a well, but tell me why, and use some of the information we've talked about to back up your yes. Suddenly, no one said yes.
Well, the percent of it going well, isn't it 90%?
It's 90% for what?
Corneal.
For initial and for corneal transplant. What does she have to have? Cornea and that limbal area, yes, where that produces those stem cells. And what was the success rate for that? 50. Okay. So, yeah, that's the information. Does that change your decision at all, or none? Okay. So, just a second. Why then did you guys decide yes? And that's fine. I'm not trying to make you feel silly. I just want to know why.
Well, we think that it won't hurt anything that if she keeps trying, and also that just doesn't hurt anything. So
it doesn't hurt anything. What were some of the potential drawbacks? Cancer might hurt.
Okay.
But there's no guarantee that would happen. It's a concern by a doctor who works in that field. Yeah.
I think having your sight back is a good enough thing to risk it for.
Where's the risk? Huh?
I think.
Okay.